Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name's FM18 and you're watching the Dafuge Challenge, episode 119, with Enfield Town FC. Well, since our loss to Brighton in the FA Cup 5th round, we have had a couple of interesting results, and they've gone in our favor, believe it or not. The first up is not all that interesting, but it's a good result for us. We beat Reading at home 3-1. Linus Wendell had a 42nd minute goal, Gustavo Diaz had a 63rd minute penalty kick, and then scored a second goal 2 minutes later. Kellen Bastock broke up the clean sheet with a goal in the 80th minute. This was a pretty solid game for us. Not a lot of mistakes were made. Hank Kremer had kind of an off game. That was about it. Hernandez had some very nice saves. Again, you wouldn't know it judging from the score. Reading's a mid-table team. This was a solid win for us. Losing 2-0 at Chelsea, it's hard to call that a good loss. I think we could have gotten a lot more from this game. But the fact of the matter is, Chelsea just absolutely outclassed us. They had 21 shots, 11 on target. We had 12 shots, 2 on target. Paulo Vitor went out in the 59th minute with a concussion. They were just... You could tell they're a top 6 team because they're just a little bit faster. They're just a little bit better technically. We had our shots. We had 12 shots, but only 2 were on target. German Cabrera, who's one of the best players in the game, had a brace of goals, 28th and 37th minutes. And even then, their play was a little uneven. We had our opportunities. We just could not make the most of them. Gonzalez was really solid between the sticks. Again, you wouldn't know it from his rating, but he faced 11 shots. He stopped 9 of them. I was feeling a little down after losing at Chelsea. I really shouldn't have worried. Burnley came to Enfield Stadium, and we absolutely thumped them, 7-1. Collarelli had a 16th minute goal. Mew had a brace of goals in the 42nd and 78th minutes. Linus Wendell had a brace of goal in the 64th and 88th minutes. Oliver Holm had a 71st minute goal. Augusto Maciel poured salt on the wound with his own goal in the 47th minute. Juarez had a 7th minute goal for Burnley. And it looked like, they were off to a quick start. They scored in the first 10 minutes. After that, they didn't get anything. We had 12 shots, 6 on target, which means all 6 of our shots on target went into the goal. Everybody except Durante had a pretty solid game. I don't know why he was on a 6-6. He didn't make any mistakes, really. He wasn't uninvolved in the game in any sort of way. Just for whatever reason, he was on a 6-6. I took him off, brought on Ugarte at the half, and he responded with a 7-8. So I think it was just one of those days that, he had an off day. And if I remember correctly, this was on or about his 150th game with the club. Maybe he let the occasion get to him. This was a really solid game for us. We absolutely shut Burnley down. They just could not get anything done, and it showed. We were then away at West Brom, and we tied 3-3. Angel Gomez had a brace of goals in the 11th and 32nd minutes. Brendo had a 14th minute goal. Collarelli had a brace of goals in the 9th and 30th minutes. Hank Kremer had a 37th minute goal to equalize. West Brom was better than us statistically. They had 12 shots, 11 on target. We had 13 and 4. Our defense was better than theirs. It doesn't look like it from the ratings, but believe me, our defense was better than theirs. And we had our chances late. We just could not connect. I'm not quite sure why. But it was just, I don't know, it was frustrating. Especially at the end. We had 5 shots in the last 10 minutes, only one of which was on target. And that seems to be a theme with us. We're either really good technically or we're not. I settle for being really good technically more often than not. This back and forth, it's either we're really good in front of the goal or we're not. It's just driving me up a wall. And it doesn't help when we face a team like Hull, who are Oh, they were in the 14 to 16 range on the table when we played them, and we absolutely thumped them 8-3. I don't know what got into Hank Kramer. Maybe he was tired of everybody else scoring, but he had 4 goals. 14th, 36th, 37th, and 65th minutes. Tom Yu had a 19th minute goal. Jordan Hodge had a 51st minute goal. Al Jahani had a 75th minute goal. Durante had an 88th minute goal. And I was on the counter after Kremer's 3rd goal. Chris Sanders had an 8th minute goal and a 46th minute goal for his brace. Lissandro Tambusi had an 81st minute goal. And Hull was technically better than we were. They had 23 shots, 14 on target. We had 21 shots, 13 on target, but we had the possession advantage and we made the most of it. Hernandez had fractured a rib while lifting weights, so Pickford filled in the past couple of games and did an admirable job. And then Hernandez came back and had an 8-3, and I know he's had similar statistics like this before and ended up on a 6-7, so I've given up trying to figure out what's going on there. I would have thought for sure Kramer finished on a 10, but I guess he needed one more goal. But a solid win for us. I know last episode I was going to come back for the Swansea game. I switched that up, and you'll see why in just a second. We drew with Swansea, 1-1. This was a game where it was literally highlight, Tom Yu's goal, halftime, highlight, Cesar Moreno's goal, end of game. There was not a lot going on, and that's a good thing because they had 11 shots, 4 on target. We had 6 shots, 2 on target. There was just nothing worth watching. I don't know what got into the guys this game. I think they thought they could score on Swansea like they scored on Hull. I was on the counter for the first half. I went attacking the second half, and we got all the 3 shots went on target the second half. It was frustrating. We should have gotten a lot more from this game. As it stands, though, we are currently in 7th place on 54 points. 6 behind 5th place, Southampton. 1 point behind 6th place, Arsenal. We are challenging for a European spot. Man City is absolutely running away with the league. I believe there's 6 weeks left in the season, 5 weeks left in the season. You know what? I got it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe 5 weeks left in the season. If they win and Tottenham draws or loses, Man City wins the league. That's just a given. But we're playing Liverpool because Liverpool is a point behind us. If they win, they jump us and Arsenal. If Arsenal draws or loses, actually no, Arsenal's going to stay ahead of them because of goal differential. Anyhow, this is a key game for us, especially at the end of the season. If we win, we put ourselves ahead of Liverpool for that European spot. As you can see over here in the team stats, with 71 goals, we have scored the 2nd highest in the league. Our defense is 16th, which could be better. Explains why our goal differential is only 6. Yellow cards, we're mid-table. Red cards, we haven't had any. Our attendance is 20th highest, but we've had a full stadium. I think at the end of this season, if the board does not automatically increase the size of the stadium, I'm going to ask for an increase. A couple other pieces of news. Jordan Pickford damaged his ACL in training. He is out. He is retiring. He had already announced that he was considering retirement, but he is definitely going to retire. We had our youth intake. It was absolutely horrible. My best youth intake player this year was 2.5-star potential ability. I don't know what's going on there. The other thing I'm finding frustrating, reputation-wise, we are 3 stars with a national rating. Our youth facilities are average. Our training facilities are adequate. A couple weeks ago, I went back to the board, got them to improve the data analysis facilities, improve the youth facilities, and I found I had them get a new affiliate club as well. Dartford is now an affiliate. For some reason, I have not been able to request new training facilities, and I don't know why. I'm hoping at the end of this season that's an option. I don't know if it's a reputation thing or a glitch in the game. The fact that I can keep asking for improvements to the youth facilities is a good thing. The fact I can't get new training facilities, I don't know why. So today we're going to play Liverpool, and then the last game of the season is going to be Southampton. Because I suspect that could be the game we stay in Europe or gain Europe. So I'm going to set the best 11, and we will be back with the Liverpool game in just a bit. But we are playing Liverpool today, and they're playing a 3-4-3, Forster in goal, Henrique, Slides, and Pepper as the defensive back three, Ney, Gallego, Pinzon, and Duxbury as the midfield four, Campos, Anso, and Roach as the attacking midfielders behind Hartley, who is the lone striker. We are playing our 4-3-3 with Hernandez in goal, Vitor, Durante, Millen, and Bautista as the defensive back four, Diaz, Wendell, and Mew as the midfield three, Kremer, Hodge, and Calderelli up top as the strikers. I went back to Roma to try and get Calderelli on loan for next season. He is unavailable. They are giving him a chance in their first team. If I want him, I have to buy him. And I think he's going to be a bit out of our price range. I think our transfer budget is going to be around 60 to 70 million. Hodge. Oh, and he scores. That was gorgeous. It looked like he had at least 3 defenders around him, but he went to his left and just... Oh, let's see what happens here. Millen to Diaz. To Kremer, who feeds Hodge. Beats the one guy. And left foots it. Well done. He has been a quality signing. Yeah, he's only 3-star current, 3-star potential, but man, does he get the most out of that. And until Kremer's 4-goal outbreak against Hull, he was leading the team in goals. I lost my train of thought. I can't remember what I was saying before the Hodge goal. I'll come back to it if I remember it, but maybe not. Bautista with the throw-in to Wendell. Long pass to Hodge in the center. Out of Vitor on the left. Back to Hodge. Sets up Wendell at the box. Wendell crosses it in. Calderelli's there, but he hits the post. Oh yeah, that's right. Transfers. I think I'm going to have 60 to 80 million, but there's going to be... Oh, Hodge with a long shot, but it goes above the crossbar. I'm debating a drastic change to the tactic. Calderelli. Out to Bautista. Taps it up to Mew. Hodge there. Well done. Was he on sides? He was on sides. Very nice. 2 up, a half hour in. Whoa, he looked a bit off sides, at least at the end there. But I'm not going to complain. I'm thinking a pretty drastic tactic change. I've been reading up on some outside-the-box stuff online, and for whatever reason, Calderelli's shot goes wide right. For whatever reason, Bielsa's 3-3-1-3 has some appeal to me, and I don't know why. Maybe just because it's that different. Camposanso with the shot goes wide left. I think it would be fun to try out, at least have like maybe as a second tactic. But I don't have the squad for it. And I don't want to spend a bunch of money on a bunch of players just to play that one tactic. But there are a couple areas I need to improve. Duxbury crosses it in. Camposanso scores. Hernandez should have had that. We're going to need a good backup keeper. I wouldn't mind some more depth on the midfield. And I'm going to have to find a replacement for Calderelli. I'm not going to be, unless I buy him, but something tells me he's going to be in the 30 to 40 million pound range. I don't want to spend that much on a player just yet. Unless I know he's like going to contribute that much right away. That's one of the reasons I spent so much money on Millen, because I knew Millen was going to make the defense that much better. Ney with the ball to Campos Ansios, up to Hartley, to Gallego, who loses it, and we give it right back. But dispossessed, Hodge has the ball now. Passes it up in space. Can Calderelli get there? He can. Was he fouled? No. Kremer should have kept running. Calderelli gathers the ball to Mew, to Wendell, up to Hodge, to Kremer, and his shot's pretty weak. Forster has no issue stopping that. Halftime. Hodge with a brace of goals, and we are dominating Liverpool. 16 shots, 8 on target. Calderelli's on a 6-5? How is he on a 6-5? Calderelli gathers the rebound. Back out to Vidor. Centers it to Mew. To Wendell. Oh, his shot bounces off a Liverpool player, but Mew gathers it. Bautista to Mew. To Wendell. Sends it up to Hodge, but Pepper steps in front of it. Sends it up to Hartley, but Millen knocks it down. It goes right back to Pepper. Ney with the ball. His pass is intercepted by Millen, who passes it up to Calderelli, who's kind of behind the line. He's going to cross it in. Kremer's there, and he hits the post. Oh, that was a sitter. He should have had that. Forster's kick into the crowd. Knocked down. Diaz collects it. Back to Millen. Over to Bautista. He passes it. I'm not quite sure what that was. Pins on for Liverpool. Out to Randrup on the right. Over to Duxbury. He crosses it in, but it's knocked away. Pins on to Gallego at the top of the box. Over to Hartley. To Duxbury. Knocked away by Millen. Pinzon runs it down, sends it up to Gallego. He's dispossessed. Diaz sends it up to Kremer. It's 2-on-2. Over to Hodge, and he scores. Looks like Forster deflected that, but he didn't deflect it enough. That is a hat trick's worth of goals for Jordan Hodge. I would have thought he'd gone for the assist, but I can see him taking the shot in that case. Coming up on 60 minutes. Oh, Vidor just took a knock. Okay. Well, that is why we have Holm. We're also going to bring on Miller to replace Diaz, just to get him a little bit of playing time. Valda's on the bench only because I need depth. He's not going to be on the team next year after that fit he pitched about not being a starter. Coming up on 75 minutes. Liverpool's had their shots, but they haven't had as many on target as we've had. I'm not going to make any more changes unless it's an injury. 10 minutes left. Forster into the crowd. Durante. Whoa, nice first touch by Durante. Hodge out to Calderelli. Crosses into Wendell. Oh, Forster makes the save, but he can't stop Hodge from scoring a fourth goal. I guess anything Kremer can do, Hodge can do too. It's a nice save by Forster on the Wendell kick, but that many white jerseys in front of the goal, we should score. Ney sends it in, knocked away, and that is the game. That is an excellent win at Anfield. Jordan Hodge, 4 goals. Campos Anso with a goal. 23 shots, 11 on target. That was a very good win. And that puts us 6th in the league. And we could challenge for Champions League play, let alone Europa League. Let's check something out here real quick. Wolves, Man United, Brighton, Southampton. Well, Wolves are 20th. Man United is 3rd. Brighton is 10th. Southampton is 5th. You know, we've got a decent chance. So, we are going to come back for Southampton as soon as I save the game.
Well, the offense has certainly come to life the past couple of games. The defense has tightened up.
It's never going to be a top 10 defense until we get some better players, or until the players we have improve. But as long as it's mid-table and our offense remains prolific, it's the Enfield Town way. It's how we've managed to get our way up into the Premier League. Outscore everybody, do just enough defensively to get by, and more often than not, you'll have success. I'll tell you though, it's getting frustrating having these really good offensive performances and then just being blah against some of these mid and lower table teams. I suspect, there's Wolves. Wolves are 20th in the league. Doesn't mean they can't beat us, because my guys will be like, oh yeah, well, 20th team in the league, we don't have to give it our A effort. Well, the problem is our C effort is horrible. It's just, we don't have the quality of player who can play at 70% and still get a good result against most teams. We just don't. It's something we're going to have to work on this offseason. Normally I would say it would be a gradual process, but with the series winding down to a close here in a couple of weeks, we'll have to see. Nevertheless, a solid win away at Liverpool puts us in contention for European football, and I can't be upset about that. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM18, and I thank you for watching.